Hello and welcome to the Robert Adams Wonderful Windows CD-Rom. Now this is a resource CD for working with our dies that make the wonderful window and for the mirror. It can work with the hair and makeup dies as well. Anyway, we're going to pop the CD in. This will work on your PC and your Apple Mac, and it will auto run on your PC, and you'll just need to tell it with the Mac where to open up from. Pop it in and click continue to go forward, and we can see here we get to the main menu. Now on the CD we've got a number of options for you to work through, and I'm just going to give you a quick overview now of everything on it. I'm going to start off with our window scenes, because really this is at the heart of much of what you're going to do with the CD-ROM. So simply click on, and you'll see that we've got three sets here, and so again just click onto the set that you want, and you're ready just to print this out. These are now shaped so you can cut them out and put them behind the window that you've cut out with the die. And there's a number of scenes both looking out of the window and looking in. All of these at the moment are looking out, and they just give you this wonderful backdrop. And here at the bottom part we've got this wonderful little Christmas scenes, and this one I've got to say looks particularly good. They're all very nice. Set 2 reverses things, and we're actually looking in through the window, and I think this is rather nice. So if we're doing a shot, as it were, or a card rather, and we're looking through the window, you've got these scenes here. So again we have a Christmas one, a Halloween, and then just a nice kitchen scene, a sort of party stroke celebration scene, and here we've got like a living room, and again a sort of party celebration. And last but not least, on set 3 we've got the panes of glass. If you want to, now this set with the die actually comes with acetate, and you can put an acetate window on, but you can also pop this behind if you want to, and these are just sort of images of sort of stylized images really of what glass would look like, and again they're very, very effective. So it's either blues, the darker colors, or just sort of a misty scene there as well. Again, they just really do help bring a focal point to your cards and make it look that extra bit special. Now with the die you get a template, which is the shape. Just click on the shape of this part here, which fits behind the window. So of course you can use anything that you want, but I hope this at least gives you a really good starting point to begin with. Now also with the window die comes the curtain, and what I've done now is put banks of colour here that you can use with a little curtain template to create the template, to create the curtains with it. I would suggest you draw round and then cut round, but you can as well, if you've got an embossing an embossing mat with your cutting machine, you can actually emboss the window, and that will give you a lovely sway to the curtain as it goes through the embossing lines. But the nice thing about this is it's all scaled down to the right size to work with the window. And again, you've got a range of different colours here. I've gone for more florals, but tight little patterns for you to work with that. And you'll notice if you have the shutter die that there's a funny little sort of loop towards the bottom of that. And that gives you, and I'll just click onto here, that gives you the ability to cut out and make a scalloped edge on a blind that could also be hung in the window. And what I've done here is just a range of colours for you that will work with that, so you can make the blind any length, and these match and coordinate with the papers that are on the CD, or indeed you can just use them if you want to make one for your card. So there's a lovely selection of colours for you there. Okay, now this is something I particularly like. It's a brick pattern, and I'll click onto that, and we've got those in both A5 and A6. I'll just click onto the A5 and run you through. So as ever we get our menu come up here, and you can just choose whatever you like, be it from a white brick window all the way through. Now these are just slightly oversized A5, in as much as you'll get, if you fold this in half, it will go round the corner of the card. Two things to mention here. One is that if your printer doesn't print edge to edge, you'll get a line around it, but that's fine. You can just cut that down. If you do go printing edge to edge, it starts from the middle outwards on most printers, so this will still work for you, although everything will come out. It slightly enlarges the whole image to make it fit. But again, you'll find as you fold it that the fold line will fit behind the card, giving you a perfect paper to work on. And as we can see here, you can just pick and choose which particular bricks that you want. I've got a range of sort of traditional to some really lovely mottled old bricks for your windows, through to more dry stone wally look as well. So they're all on there for you to use. And the same again works with the A6 ones as well. Okay, now the other thing we've got here are wooden planks, and again I'll just click onto the A5 and you can see it's really a case of using this to pop the window on. If it was like a beach hut, or you want to give it a little bit more sort of an edgy look to your card, I think these work really well. And they'll work in the same way. So again, we've got our sort of traditional timbers here, so that the fold line will go behind the card. And so what I would do is print these out onto 250 GSM and use that as my base stock, and then use my cutout windows with the dies to work on top. And as I've said, those come in both A5 and A6, so it just cuts across there for you. Again, another nice little resource. Now, if you're working on a window and you're looking in from the inside of the room looking out, I've done these floorboards which are in perspective, and they just give a really nice little look and feel, I think, to the card. Different colours of wood, a perspective line sort of sits within the middle of the board and just gives it that little bit more of a realistic look as well. And I've done two sizes here, A5 and A6. Now a larger one, if you wanted to make a landscape card, you could work with this format as well. And you could chop down, if the wood's too big for you or whatever, just chop a little bit off. But it's there as a great resource to give your cards, again, that extra little bit of special look. And then moving on, I've done wallpapers. Again, I've given you 20 here, and these are scaled down to fit on the cards. And I've done them in two halves. We've got an A5 on the right and an A6 here. And again, I'd print this on paper, and you can just cut it out and place it on the card wherever you want, and it just adds as a backdrop to your cards. Again, if you're looking out of a room, or looking out of the window rather, you've got this to work with, and the scale is right as well. It all matches with the window, and that's the important thing. Different papers, different colours. This one's rather nice with the textures, so it can all be used to give your cards that lovely look. Moving on, I've got the textured frames here, and again a set of 4, and these, if I just click on, will fit the die itself, the window die. So they're oversized, you just simply pop the window die on, and they'll give you that lovely sort of patina if you want to give a little bit more texture and zing to your window frame before going on to decorate using any of the other resources on the CD. I really like these. Again, I've scaled them so you'll get to see, obviously lots of this will disappear when you cut it out, but it will just give it a really lovely texture. And this, we can see different sort of styles and parts here. Last but not least on our resource CD here, we've got the dressing tables, and these I've designed to work really with that A5 and A6 cards. There's a slight perspective to it, so you can actually work now with the hairdressing and makeup and just pop the objects down on top of the desk as well. And this is where you use the window die as a mirror. So you'll just chop out the window panes, pop a little bit of mirror board, would be my suggestion behind it, and you've got a lovely mirror that can be used both with the dies and with the tables here, dressing tables on the resource CD. And there we go. That's a pretty sort of lightning tour of what we've got here, but I think you'll find that the beauty of this is it gives you a really good starting point when working with the dies. And most importantly, everything's scaled to fit to that window, so it's all going to look really nice, and you're going to be able to make some absolutely beautiful cards with this. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the CD and enjoy your crafting. Take care. Bye bye.